And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our second segment. But before we do that, I'd like to ask you again to please like and follow the show. We do get a number of questions from viewers, so to ensure that your question does get read in the air, please use the link gsmcpodcast.net. It really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot, so thank you so much for that. And let's get into our second segment of the day today. Now, we're going to be talking about Paul Skenes and the start to his career with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, of course, Skenes was the top prospect in baseball this year, finally did come up. Well-deserved. I'd say should have come up a little while ago after that. Finally came off for the Pittsburgh Pirates and has gotten off to an incredible start. So far with the Pirates, coming up with the Major League club, he's had 16 innings pitched, 4 walks, 21 strikeouts, a 2.25 ERA, and a whip of 1 flat. Now, Skenes has just been so incredible so far for the Pirates. One thing that's really stood out to me, and I don't know if it stood out to you guys, let me know in the comments, is how effortless Skenes throws. Now, of course, I've watched a lot of Paul Skenes games and over my life. I mean, I watched him back in college. I did watch some of his AAA games, some of his highlights as well down there. And I just love his windup. It's very effortless. Really, there's not much pressure on the body. It's very fluid. Looks like a machine just throwing baseballs out there. So that's one thing I've really been impressed with so far with Skenes. Obviously these numbers are incredible over these 3 starts. But yeah, I love his windup. I love how effortless it is. The way he just throws the baseball, the way it's so live coming out of his hand. I'm a really, really a big fan of Paul Skenes. I think he's going to do a lot in his career for the future. And I just think he's doing a really great job so far for the Pirates. I mean, he's looked so good in his short MLB career so far. He had a no-hitter through 6 in his second MLB start, also in Wrigley Field. Not like he was in St. Petersburg versus the Rays, something like that. No, he was in Wrigley Field versus a division rival, a historic teams. I do think a lot of rookies would have gotten a little flustered, would have maybe let the pressure get to them. But nope, he went 6 innings, he gave up no hits, had a perfect game through 5. Of course, went out. I mean, as much as we want to see Paul Skenes throw a no-hitter, it was the right decision. You can't have a guy this highly touted in the year of the pitching injuries go 9 full innings or above 6 because you want to see him potentially throw a no-hitter. That's just not smart business, and as much as baseball fans might hate it, it was the right decision for him to come out after the 6th. So my overall thoughts on Skenes, again, is I think he's an amazing pitcher. I think he has a long career in this league, and I'm really excited to just watch him in the future. Another thing that stood out with him, to me, has been how he's handled the pressure. This is a guy who's been highly touted for a little while in college, was on the college program, wasn't on some small college team and just lucked out. No, he was on LSU Tigers that won the national championship with another amazing prospect, Dylan Cruz, who went 2nd overall. Everyone knew about them. This is a highly touted school for sports in general anyways. So, I mean, you look at Skenes, he already had that pressure. He was on an incredible national championship team, one of the best college baseball teams ever. And you look at the other things, we're going to mention it. He has a famous girlfriend, someone who a lot of people know, someone who gets a lot of media coverage. That didn't faze him as well. So there was a lot going at Skenes. There was a lot at him, being this highly touted prospect, being on such a good LSU team, being in a relationship with someone that is highly publicized, having so much pressure on him to come to the major leagues, come up to the Pirates and be their savior, quote unquote, with how bad Pittsburgh Pirates baseball has been these past few years. And he took it all in stride. And nothing happened with him at all, and he's been fantastic so far. Fantastic. I think when you look at this guy, you look at his fastball. I mean, he throws a 99 to 101 consistently like it's nothing. I mean, I mentioned his windup before, just how effortless he throws, how incredible he throws that baseball. It really is something to marvel, and it really is something that is honestly incredible to watch, and something that I really love watching as just a pure baseball fan. It's so funny. He does it so well. His off speed is something that's been incredible as well. His 2 and 3 pitches have been working really well as well. And another thing I want to go back to the fastball on is something that people mentioned coming out of college and going into the draft when he got drafted was that his fastball didn't have a lot of movement. It was kind of just a straight line, and that it was fast, but it didn't really have much movement on it. Now, personally, I understood those fears by baseball fans. It was really mainly, big people who are really into advanced analytics. I am as well. I am into analytics, but I wouldn't say I'm not in it as much as some people are. I'm in it to probably a baseline level. Like I do know them. I can't talk about them proficiently, but it's not my real like biggest strong suit. But I obviously do know a lot about them. And my thought process, like a lot of people, was okay. Yes, maybe that's a little bit of a concern, but when you throw a 99 to 101 consistently, you don't need that much movement on your fastball. And I still think that's true, but something that's very much impressed me has been there is movement on his fastball now. You look at the stats, you look at just watching the game as well. His fastball does have some movement on it. It is moving, is doing a really good job of moving there. It's it's doing a really good job of going to the plate and again having movement, just moving. And that's something that's impressed me is his work ethic. He added this already, doing a great job already in his career, doing these things. So if I'm a Pirates fan, I see this work ethic, I see how well he's doing so far, and I'm really, really excited to have an ace of the future. I mean, the Pirates have had a lot of good pitchers in their lifetime. I mean, of course, you had Garrett Cole, who was an ace-level pitcher, first overall pick by you guys, who went to a big baseball school as well, UCLA. Hopefully Skenes' career in Pittsburgh doesn't end up like Cole's, because of course Cole got traded from the Pirates and didn't spend his career there. You're hoping Skenes does. But, you compare it to that, and you compare him to other top pitching prospects as well. Of course, the main one that people are going to say is Stephen Strasburg. So, yeah, I mean, obviously you're hoping it doesn't really end up like those two careers. I mean, obviously Cole didn't have a great career in Pittsburgh because he got traded from there. And Strasburg, of course, had a great career winning World Series to the Nationals, but in the end years was not as great. But I think when you're a Pirates fan, you really just have to hope this guy lives to his potential and does become the guy your pitcher you're looking for and the guy you're looking for his career. I think he is, and I'm really, really excited to watch him. And overall, if I'm a Pirates fan, I have a lot of faith in the future of this team. I mean, of course, you have Skenes anchoring the rotation. You have Jared Jones, who was a top prospect, came up with you guys, has blown everyone's wildest expectations out of the water. I mean, this guy has just been so incredible for the Pirates. His fastball has been insane. His off-speed pitches have been incredible. The control has been something that I'm really excited about if I was a Pirates fan. I mean, I knew this guy coming up. I knew what he was. I was like, okay, he has a big arm, but can he control the fastball? Can he control his pitches? He's done a great job of that so far. A really, really nice job. And he's been an amazing pitcher. And if I'm a Pirates fan, I'm looking at Jared Jones and Paul Skenes as my ace tandem for the future, a 1 and a 2. Mitch Keller, who was recently extended, another great pitcher for you guys. Started off really unfortunate this year with a rough start, but has really found his way after a great season last year, is building off of that, and is doing a really, really good job. So if I'm a Pirates fan, I'm really excited about this future right now. Skenes, Jones, Keller, that's a nasty top 3 for a long, long time. Keller's already been extended. I could see Jared Jones and Paul Skenes being extended relatively soon if both those players do decide that route is good for them. And that's a top 3 that is going to be formidable for a long, long time. You look at the position player core as well. You have great guys like Brian Reynolds, Henry Davis, who has started off his MLB career rough, but is a former first overall pick. I have all the faith in the world he's going to get it together. You have other guys who are going to be really big parts of your core. Brian Hayes, who is going to be your third baseman for a long time with that defense. Tamar Johnson, who's going to come up soon for you guys. Brian Reynolds is a really incredible player. O'Neal Cruz, of course, who still has a lot of potential, and I'm very, very excited to watch. Hit the ball really, really hard. A few days I was out. I think it was 120 miles per hour twice in one game, I believe. So there's a lot going right for the Pirates right now. I mean, other than going, you also have Colin Holderman. Holderman is a guy that is a really solid young bullpen arm. Of course, a young arm out of the bullpen is going to be a guy that could potentially be a young setup man for David Bednar in the future, who's also a great closer for you guys. You have the 8th and 9 man for your bullpen set out. If I'm a Pirates fan right now, I'm really, really excited about our future, and something that I probably wouldn't have said a few years ago. If I'm the Pirates this offseason, I'm looking to sign a huge position player. You're not going to have money to sign Juan Soto, I'd say, but I think the team could potentially be compelling for a player maybe like a Pete Alonso, maybe an Alex Bregman, some of the other great position player free agents that I'm forgetting. Maybe it's a reach. You're going to say maybe they'll want to go to Pittsburgh. You have money to spend. You have an exciting young team, a beautiful ballpark, a really nice city. I would say Pittsburgh is a really nice city. I think you sign a superstar free agent, probably of the position player caliber, with the pieces you already have, add maybe one or two guys, you've got a real contender there. The Cubs are a good team, yes. The Brewers are a good team, yes. Cardinals are getting older. We don't really know who else. The Reds are a good team as well. So there's a lot of competition in the NL Central, yes. But Pirates have a lot going for them right now, a lot of building blocks there for the future. And if I'm a Pirates fan, I'm really, really excited about what they can do. And I'm really, really excited to watch this team for the first time in a long, long time. So yeah, very excited if I'm a Pirates fan. There's a lot going right for them for this team. So that is our second segment here, talking about Paul Skenes and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Moving into our third segment, which is going to be talking about Mason Miller and his season for the Oakland Athletics so far, how great it has been, and my overall thoughts on him. So yeah, going over that, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, and bye.
Daily fix of sports talk with